Good morning. Yeah. Also, okay. I think I have it there. Hi guys, good morning. Still waiting so that I can sound check and be sure that my audio is clear and good enough for the live, so that I don't go and do something that people will not like. Good morning to you, Tosin. Tosin Adibambo. Please, can you help me confirm if my audio is clear, please? Okay, say I'm loud and clear. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate. I need to do all these checks so that I'm not talking and people are not hearing. Yeah, we're counting down to AFCON now. AFCON is starting on the 21st of December, next month, and we got to try everything. For those of you who's been asking me why I've not uploaded videos, why I've not been doing live, I've not been well. I've been really sick. It was a life-threatening one. As a matter of fact, doctor said it's a miracle that I'm alive. I don't know what that means from medical terms, but I just realized that my entire body nothing was working. I was having constant regular headache every single minute. Like I was popping drugs to a point where it became scary, and I didn't know what to do. And then, no matter how I sleep, if I sleep for 10 hours, I'll be weak, I'll be tired. If I sleep a whole year, I will still be weak. So somehow, and I've gone for a couple of tests before. I've gone to do a couple of tests where I was given a clean bill of health, but eventually I just felt like something is not going well. I was referred to someone who, I went to go do my test. That one machine like that. I don't know if everybody know it, but that machine where you hold one thing like lightning rod and they will test you, your entire body, will scan your entire body and tell you everything that is wrong. And I was told that if I had stayed for another 3 or 4 months, my kidney, my liver, my heart would have shut down. That's practically death, right? But let's get past that now. Let's focus on what is ahead. I'm still pretty much very weak, not still very frail, but at least I know what the problem is now, and it's a personal conversation, so I can't make all of it public, but I'll be fine. That's all I can say to you guys. So I'm not saying this to create panic. I'm not saying this to make anybody fear, but I was in a place where it felt like I was going to die. It felt like that. Like I was looking at my kids and I was feeling like, man, so the way somebody else raised me, somebody else is going to raise these children as well. What's really going on? But oh, bless God, I'm fine. Somebody asked me yesterday, after all this, he came to visit me and I showed him my scan, my x-ray, my test results, and he was like, so you're still in the middle of all of this, trying to survive death and all that, you're still planning for AFCON. Guys, I told him AFCON is not about me. It's like going to AFCON in July. It wasn't about me. It was about Joy, Mikolo. When you train people, it's not just enough to train people. It's also good to put them in a place where they have the opportunity to exhibit themselves off the back of what you have trained. And I think that last year we went to All African Games in Ghana. I saw Joy, I saw Teresa do their thing, and Mikolo was not there. Jamio and Kalijayi, and I felt like this is something I would like to continue. This is the experience that these people are having. I've had it before. I've done my own. It's not a big deal if I go AFCON or I don't go AFCON. It's a big deal for my channel, but on a personal note, it's not a big deal. But then seeing that it makes these people happy, I tried it again with the AFCON in July, a few months ago. And I like the joy that I saw in Joy's face, the excitement, the fulfillment in Mikolo's face, and the work ethics that they exhibited. Those guys were work forces. They were workaholics. I was happy. So I thought, you know what, let's do it again. Even though this time we're taking about 8 to 10 people, because some will be flying from Europe. Emmanuel team have signed up to join our team, so that's one big plus. To find out how to sort out his logistics, his flight to Morocco now. My team is much, but the ones that are covering football, we have a team of 10. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to take Felix, not because we don't want to. We want to, but he doesn't. His passport is expiring soon, and so he can't travel. And he also have radio station that he's working with. So he's not going to be there. But Joy, for Joy, this is going to be our first AFCON men's competition. For Timothy Daimbo, the young kid who just got out of school doing his youth service, this is going to be his first championship of any kind, first trip on the flight out of the country. So I'm happy for him to experience that. For Mikolo, this is going to be second AFCON, as he was in the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Jamie too, this is going to be second AFCON. Kalijaye, this is going to be officially his first AFCON to work. Emmanuel Sebastian was with me in Cameroon, but officially, as in getting accreditation to work, this is going to be his first one too. So there's quite a lot of firsts in this. That's also why I was very excited to get Emmanuel team to join us and share his experience. He's been to multiple AFCON and use his experience to also guide these guys. I've had a lot of people ask me questions: why are you taking this much crew? Why are you spending that much money? First off, it's not a waste of money. When I started this YouTube channel, remember I used to tell people then that the dream for me is to help use my athlete to improve the ecosystem. It definitely means that I would spend more. It definitely means that, I'm going to be spending money on people that even will end up not being my crew or my staff. But basically, look at it from this angle. This is how I explained it to Emmanuel Etim yesterday. A comedian is doing a show in the UK, whether it's Alibaba, Basketmouth, AY, or the lesser ones, Bernard, Koboko Master, and the rest of them. You see them pack Edo Pikin, you see them pack like 10, 15, 20 comedians to go do that show and come back. So I'm asking myself, why can't we also have that in sports, especially the sports journalists? There is no media house that is ever, taking maybe more than 2 people to any tournament, and it's always very difficult. So I just felt, you know what, if I start doing it, even though it's expensive, it's hard. If I 2 things will happen: other media houses would want to do it. That's one. 2, it will also give a lot of young people the opportunity to get that exposure, cover major tournaments, build their individual brand, as well as help to build my brand. So I said, well, why not do it? I mean, it requires a lot of borrowing of money, staying in debt, like we borrowed for the AFCON. But the truth is, at the end of the day, all of this borrowing, all of this debt, if it makes somebody's life better, if I have the opportunity that I've built enough credit, I've built enough relationship to be able to borrow, then we should do it. So that's it. Like some people, let me not say some of you, some people will send me message in their DM, in my DM, and say things like, Baba, you don't think say this now waste of fund, now waste of money. I mean, the money is big. So I do understand that line of thinking. I wouldn't lie, right? But think about it this way. Just imagine if you are the person that I'm giving the opportunity to travel. Imagine if in your dream, part of one of your dream, that cannot be the whole picture of your dream, but one of the layers of your dream is that one day you want to have the opportunity to cover AFCON. And as you're growing in the industry, it's going to be almost impossible for you to save the money to buy flight ticket, to pay for hotel, to be able to go. So you're praying, one opportunity comes, and then there is no media house that is taking you in. You know how bad it will make you feel when your mates, your contemporaries, your colleagues are coming back and sharing their experiences. So that's the reason why I just said to myself, be the conduit, be the door, the access for people. Don't be the gatekeeper. Don't block the road for people, right? Be the one who says to people, it is possible. And it's on the strength of that we have done what we've done. We've carried ourselves up onto this place. So, and I think that instead of questioning it, just support if you can support. I mean, by support, I don't necessarily mean, come and give us money, because some people misrepresent what I said. Just support, like, okay, this guy is doing something good. I mean, what this guy is doing, I like it. That is if you like it. If you also don't like it, it's okay to say you don't like what I'm doing. But don't run it down, right? Don't run it down. I've seen too many messages. Some people like, either for the show himself, either for he's being forward, he's seeking for attention. I don't know how spending 80 million naira to go to AFCON is seeking for attention. I think if I wanted attention, out of that money, if I raise 2 million to feed school children, I get a better attention. I'm just saying, for those who are saying I'm seeking attention. Again, we have a dying football ecosystem. So if somebody is willing to make the sacrifice to resurrect that football ecosystem, I think that it's not really the best to start mocking that person and start making it look like, you don't know what you do, money misroad, those kind of things. That's just what I'm saying. But to be honest, we're going to AFCON. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that we come out tops. We give it our best shot. And somebody say, why 8 or 10 people? Okay, so historically, if you've been following AFCON and Nigerian journalism and how we cover AFCON or any major tournament, we go to the tournament, we camp around the Super Eagles camp, and everything that we do is built around the Super Eagles. And in case the Super Eagles get knocked out, maybe group stage or quarterfinals or semifinals or we're out, right? But I told my team that if you want to cover AFCON, to shut those kind of comments of people like Jamie Carragher saying the AFCON is a small tournament, we must not cover it from just a point of a national team view. We should cover it from a holistic view. Then if you look at the tournament, correct me if I'm wrong, there are 2 major English-speaking countries in this tournament, Nigeria and South Africa. And then if you look at where they are based, Nigeria is based up north in Rabat, not in Rabat first, but very close, 45 minutes from Rabat. So it's like Lagos to say Ijebode, right? And then South Africa is based in Marrakesh, down south in Marrakesh. So I felt okay. And recently the channel have really had a lot of South African engagement. So we just thought about it that, look, let's also cover South African teams as best as we will cover the Nigerian team at the tournament. Hopefully one of them. I'm thinking this tournament will be won by Morocco. That's what I am thinking. It's not a prediction, it's just my thinking, right? But whatever happens, whoever wins it eventually, if not Morocco, but I'm thinking Morocco is the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Having said that, though, any other team can win it, okay? And these other countries either speak French, Arabic, Portuguese, the rest, but they don't speak English. So I want to majorly focus on those two English speaking countries, which is Nigeria and South Africa. And that means I will have to put one team in Fez or Rabat, while the other teams is in Marrakesh. So I will not be the one shuttling between both sides, supervising and seeing how things go. That's why we have that sort of number of people going. And hopefully at the end of the day, we're able to deliver enough to get the kind of numbers, because the benefits, somebody asked me what's the return on investment for this. I said the biggest return on investment is to get a very large views and also increase our subscriber base. For the work that we do, 22,000 is great, but we know it's good, but we can be great. And to be great, we need to have risen up to 100,000 subscribers and above. Please, if you're watching, please do well to click on the like buttons. And I thought that even though I'm not really 100% fully fit, I should come and explain to the people first, the main people and the people on the channels. I mean, I was discussing with my wife the other day. I said, what people say on Twitter doesn't really bother me. It's the people on the channel that I owe explanation, because they are the ones who believe the channel enough to subscribe to the channel, to stay with us on the channel. And if there is anything that is going on the channel, they deserve to know. And I've seen people follow this channel from different parts of the world. Like Football Goal 9692 says he's watching me from Morocco, Fez. And that's where we're going to be next month on the hopefully on the 20th. I think we will fly out on the 20th. The reason is I plan to come stay in Morocco to the end of the tournament. So we'll fly out on the 20th. The tournament starts on the 21st. And we'll take it up from there. Long story short, we'll take it up from there. All things being equal, we would give you guys one of the best coverage of the tournament. I'm tensed. I'm worried that hopefully we would be able to satisfy our audience and continue to grow and be creative and inventive enough to be able to do this. STR Gunis 1313 say Coach Matthew, hello. Anybody who call me Coach Matthew must really know me deep. So please, can you properly identify yourself with a name that I know, please? Tosi Adebambo being with me is reaching us all the way from New York City. That's some far distance, and I've had people reach us from Australia, from Fiji Island, from Brazil, from Uzbekistan, Italy, different places. So I want to say massive thank you to everybody who's following the channel. So that's the plan for our trip. For those people who ask the question, why are there no Nigerian referees in the selected referees for the AFCON? Truth be told, we have had over the years overage referees, weak and tired referees. I think last year we started a system of the systemic upgrading of our referees in if you did MBA in statistics class, there's something called substitution by elimination. I think that's what the Nigerian Football Federation and the Referees Council in Nigeria are trying to do. So they are eliminating the older ones and bringing in the younger ones. Now, so for us to understand how CAF work with picking of referees, and our referees have not been up to par for a very long time. And I've heard people say things like, oh, the NFF. No, the NFF have got nothing to do with referees. Referees are not good. They are not improving themselves. And the few games that they give them, they've not been able to. So refereeing, I've grown past, I can just blow whistle. pure. No, referee is now, everything is computerized. So if you officiate a match, you need to write a proper report. You need to write a report that is very proper. All of those things. You need to be able to do computer-based exam or test. You need to be able to do Cooper test, which is fitness test, and a lot of things. So there is a progress. There's a process, not progress. There's a process going on. There is a Google have asked me to add question and answer, so you guys can also be part of it. There is a process to bring in new young 20 to 25 years old referees to see if they can integrate. So the process is that they put the referees there, they give you the opportunity, you have to perform. And for CAF, they already have a pool of referees. The referees you've seen today going for the CAF competition have passed through the under 17 CAF competitions, the under 20s CAF competitions, and then they are not here. These guys are still going to be there unless you disappoint. They're still going to be there for the next AFCON and then the next one. There's a period where they are consistently being used, and then again face that and new ones to come. So our referees, the chances of these young 20 to 25-year-old referees that we have, that we're trying to get FIFA badge for, and the ones that already have FIFA badge, their chances of officiating a major CAF competition is 4 years from now. Where they will start from is some of these CAF competitions, like the preliminary round of the CAF Competitions Cup, the preliminary rounds of the CAF Champions League, and then assistant referee, fourth officials, all of those things are sub-referees. Then eventually they are given the chance to go there. Again, let me clear something that a lot of people don't always consider when they make all this comment publicly, and also make all of us look like we don't know what we're doing. Oluwajaba 8659 say, what are Nigeria's chances of doing well in the AFCON? My honest answer might not please you, but I honestly don't know, and I don't have high hopes. Benjamin Fredericks, that we're hoping will solidify the defense, is already out of the team till February. That's already a shortfall. So we don't have Benjamin Fredericks for the AFCON. He's completely out. I just confirmed that now. He's got a meniscus injury. So the club, thank God, is not going to do surgery, but they're going to find a way to treat him. The club says he will be out for 2 months. That's the official statement. 2 months means we'll be back by February. So Benjamin Fredericks is not going to be there. So it's the same old draw-loving defenders that we have. But then again, Super Eagles know how. Super Eagles know how to play in the AFCON. Never lost a third place match. I played the most finals. Won only 3 gold. And I think I've been to the semi-final 16 times, if I'm not mistaken. So there is something about the Super Eagles and the AFCON, the relationship between the Super Eagles and the AFCON, that makes you kind of like be respectful when you want to talk about them. Even though you have Egypt who have 7 trophies and people who have 5, and then we have 3. But all in all, Lower Jabba, what I can say is that let's wait till the squad is released, and then we'll see. Can go and see this one, that we have a coach that believes that voodoo works in football. That's a very terrible position to be in, but I don't know. Let me switch to most of the messages and see. Those are say good. Okay, let's go to major comments. Somebody was saying that Sadio Mane has gotten out of shape. Well, I think that, if I was in Senegal, I would no longer invite Sadio Mane to the national team. Not because we hate him or not because beef or anything, but just the reality that you should accept that his time has passed. Right? He's winding down his career. He should just be in Saudi Arabia, pocket all the money that tax took from him in Europe, and then have fun. He should be celebrated as Senegalese legend, African football legend, global football legend. And that's it. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. Senegalese people, you might see it differently, but that's my opinion. Lua Jabba say, what are Nigerian chances of doing well at the AFCON. I don't know. Let's see when the list is released, and then we can take it from there. Alta Bosnina says, who's going to win the African Cup? My best guess is Morocco. That's my best guess. Morocco doesn't win this AFCON, the golden generation would have passed, and they might not be able to win it again. But then let's not forget that they just went to win the Under 20 World Cup, meaning that another generation is cooking. But that's my best guess. If you ask me to put my smart money on a team, that's the one that I would put my smart money on. I would completely bet on Morocco to win it. That's my guess. That's my best guess, honestly speaking. And a lot of people will not agree with me, but that's just the way I see it. And I might also be wrong. Ataf Bosanina say, from Tunisia, we be together in group stage. Yes, Nigeria and Tunisia were in the same group. Tunisia kicked us out from the tournament in Cameroon. I was in the stadium when that happened in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so well, Tunisia, we've always had to play against each other in different AFCON in the past. There was a tournament where Tunisia had a Brazilian player, forgotten his name. Tunisia was a powerhouse in African football at one time, but I don't think lately they have been that strong. So we would see how that goes eventually. But I think Nigeria and Tunisia might qualify from that group. The group is not really that hard. Nigeria, Tunisia, and which is in Rwanda or Benin Republic, one other team. I can't remember now. I'll check. Joe Gez 7 says Congo will win. I don't think Congo can win the African Cup of Nations. And this is not me disrespecting them, but I don't think Congo can win the African Cup of Nations. I think that they would draw too much. They will draw too much matches that eventually they will lose on penalties. But winning it, I can't bet on Congo winning it. And the African Cup of Nations is gradually becoming like the World Cup and the Euros. I think the era where teams like Zaire won it in 1970s, is it 76 or 78? I think those days are gone. The teams that will continue to win the AFCON are going to be the powerhouse, the big teams in Africa, but then some of the big teams are withering as well. Nigeria is withering. In 10 years' time, if we continue to do what we're doing right now, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not have a national team that will represent us in any major tournament. I'm saying this. We'll not have we'll have players, but we will not have a team that anybody can bet on. We'll have a team that will go to tournament and get knocked out in the group stages in 10 years' time max. If not, when I was doing my research in the last couple of weeks, I wanted to tweet this thing that I've just said now. I remember telling my wife that at this rate, the Super Eagles of Nigeria may struggle to qualify for AFCON pretty soon. They might not be able to go to win the AFCON in a very long time because of the fact that our production line is dead. We don't have a production line. There is nothing that we're doing. This whole idea of let's wait for European football academies that will produce players and then we will now go and beg them to come and play for us. It's a lucky dip. It's not the best pathway to progress for any nation at all. And if Nigeria chooses to follow that path, at some point it's going to catch up with us. And it's exactly about to catch up with us. It has led to us not qualifying for 2 World Cup first. It's going to catch up with us. And then there's also Ghana, who, you didn't even qualify for this AFCON, who I cannot bet on. There's Cameroon that is destroyed. Ex-players should come and run football. Ex-players should come and run football. See the one that Samuel Eto'o is running in Cameroon. You know, some of these things will now become the catalyst for the second-rate teams in Africa. By this, I'm not trying to disrespect any country, but for some of the second-rate teams, like as it is now, South Africa are doing some things very right. If they continue like this, South Africa they might not win this next AFCON, but they can go further and win. Morocco have come out of nowhere, invested in infrastructure, which is doing the right thing, exactly what South Africa started doing like 25 years ago, and see where the under 20 World Cup, they gone to the World Cup and got to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and they will continue to go.
Sorry. This cannot drop key, give us. This BMW.
You guys sat here and watched this person not drop key.
He dropped key, but the car no start. Get security. And the woman just dropped it. That.
And people will engage the jar and push it now. So. You know, sorry guys. And Morocco have done heavy investment and was seeing the results. Semi-finals at the World Cup. Even my great Nigeria, I've never been to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, not talk of semi-finals. And now they won the under-20. As great as we are at youth level with 5 under-17 World Cup, we've never won the under-20. We've been in the finals twice, 1989 and 2005. And on both occasions we lost. One to Portugal in 1989 in Saudi Arabia, and then the other one to Messi and Angel Di Maria led Argentina in 2005 in the Netherlands. But then Morocco have gone on to win it. And en route to winning it, they also beat the much dreaded Argentine team 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see that football today is showing that with investment, your team will progress. My country, Nigeria, is not even ready for that investment. We're not even having that conversation. We're battling insecurity, we're battling corruption, we're battling bad leadership, we're battling a lot of shenanigans. So we're not there. It also means that if you look at all the countries that are also doing well, they have a league that at least can be counted among the best in their category. So if you categorize leagues, different leagues, you can say, okay, this league is the best among this category. This league is the best among this group. The Nigerian league does not fall into that category. Nigerian teams at club level, we are not on the map at all. If we want to call it spade a spade. And I know that a lot of people, you shouldn't be saying this, you're not patriotic. I agree. But we should know how to speak truth when truth needs to be spoken. And in this case, that's where we are. So if we continue like this, there's a big if. So people don't misrepresent what I am saying right now. If we continue like this, continue to treat our football the way we're treating it right now, a time is coming where qualifying for the AFCON itself will be very difficult. We are going off the map continuously like this. I hope we get it right anyway. I mean, who wouldn't want to see their country go right? So talking about the teams that are within the rank of winning the AFCON, teams like Morocco is on top there. There is Senegal. I don't know if Mali can surprise everybody, but all those Cape Verde, Congo, DR, all those others, lower range countries. I'm not saying this from a point of disrespect, if you understand what I mean, but I'm saying it from a point of, these are not the expected forces, right? These are not the new kids on the block. The new kids on the block are different. The old warhorses are different. But all of the old wars are fading. Egypt, as great as they have Mo Salah, the entire component of the team is not what will make anybody fear. Tunisia, I won't lie, I don't know much about Tunisian football. There was a time where you have great Tunisian players all over the place. And when Tunisia is coming to play you, or you're going to play Tunisia, you're going to meet them in a tournament, you are afraid. And there was a time when teams like Esperance, the Tunis, all those, the Sportif, all those teams were great Tunisian teams. I don't think right now Tunisian football is like that, unless my friend from Tunisia here will correct me, but I don't think Tunisian football is like that. So I'm not also afraid of them like anybody would be afraid of any other team. But I mean, Ashraf Hakimi and his clique, a team to worry about. Nigeria, we may have Osimhen, but I mean, a one-man team in football doesn't really do much, and that's where we stand right now. I don't think that Nigeria is going to do much. But then again, Nigeria is one of those countries where the more you count them out, the more likely they will surprise you. But I'm not hoping that they will win the Nations Cup. I'm not. I wish they do, but I'm not hoping they do. They would win it. My friend, football goal 9692 says watching from Morocco. Fez. For those who don't know, Fez is about 45 minutes train ride from Rabat, and that's where the Super Eagles are meant to stay. They'll play two of their games against two of their group games in Rabat and Fez, if I'm not mistaken, the 3 group games, and then we'll see how it goes from there in the knockout stage. Let's take it further. Prof is here. Professor Rodrigo sent a message and deleted it. Still says it. Estia Gunas 1313 say, oh my mama, if you be big idiots, you take me to play, me of all people, me. Now you take play. You take me to play, Abi. Thank God for the life, Sha. I go answer you not be this public place. Now private conversation. Arotorego say soccer tire me this period. I know why soccer they tire us. So I remember when this guy they use Man City to the pepper everybody Man City now that they see their messes, they be like the woman with the issue of blood. So you get the way they do them. And then when I don't collect this key and this one too, I don't want anybody blocking me. You know, now Man City nowhere to be found. Super Eagles no qualify for World Cup. You know, all these our Nigerian brothers that are in the US, they don't tell their friends for their workplace, Nigeria is coming. When Nigeria come, we will show you, we'll do this. They go trust Super Eagles where they sabotage themselves. So now Super Eagles not qualify for World Cup. So Prof, sorry. But you see this Morocco where they go, I go see God draw you debt. If you like say no, I go see God stress you. All of us were in this together. So make soccer not I focus on my work. I beg you. The soccer too is part of the work. Don't worry. We will stress you. We will stress your life. Now this eye why I won't go treat to now to discover the plenty sickness within my body. I just want to go get glasses. Now they begin read this one. First check my blood pressure, say 240. Oh yeah, now we can't treat your eye now. We can't give you eyeglasses. You need to go hospital. I go to hospital, like see as I run from one hospital to the other. Well, that's yesterday's story. So I still can't read properly. What country flag is this again? Is this Saudi Arabia or I don't know what country flag is this? I don't know. Akane Michael says watching football. Henry Morus says football. Okay. Arotore say now rich man they get hobby. Okay. All these guys answer what their hobby is. Say now rich man they get hobby. I will answer the question where my net worth is $10 billion. Jeff Bezos, well done, Jeff Bezos, well done. I used to say that, saying a rich man they get hobby, and it kind of like fits in the narrative because again, if you are broke, what you they get hobby? Everything I hustle when you are not rich. See someone like me now will get hobby. What is my hobby? No, now everything is my hustle. So I wrote to you this one. I agree with you. Everything goes 2969. See, we said the same about the World Cup qualifiers. The same words exactly. I don't know what you mean by we said the same, Sha. He said, yet we didn't qualify from the group. Well, I never said we were going to qualify unless you listen to someone else. From the one, I didn't even say it after one ball was before the first ball was kicked. I said it. My Twitter is still there. It's still everybody know. I said it. We might not qualify from this. It's going to be like the hardest qualifiers that we've ever had. And people said I was not patriotic. I was not sentimental. I was not supporting the team. I was beefing and hating on the player as well. At the end of the day, we know the truth. Well, I knew we were not going to qualify for the World Cup before. Once that draw was made and I saw the group and the team we're with, I knew we were not going to qualify. That's not one. This non-qualification is not one of those things that I am surprised that, hey, we didn't qualify. No. Last time out, I was surprised. But this one, I saw it coming. If you see the players of Nigeria, you know that if these players qualify for the World Cup, then African football is really a dead place. But I mean, people have different opinions. When I say this type of thing, people have different opinions. People get angry. Well, getting angry is part of life anyway. So I'm not really bothered. Harry 622 say, I'm just worried about the NFF and the way they handle the development of football in the country. I've heard a lot of people say this. I would like somebody to tell me what the NFF is supposed to do in that regard, in the context of this, that they have not done, vis-a-vis how the other FAs of other countries have done similar things that have not made their football develop. Let's talk about that, pending when my madam comes and we have to go. Just make that, let's use that, because I think that somehow, this is me, I think that somehow we are missing the point with this new need to crucify the NFF. Is the NFF a bad organization? Yes. Is the NFF incompetent? Yes. But you see, this talk of football development, most times I'm always wondering, are we not getting it wrong? Are we not saying the wrong thing? Because, well, let me hear you people's thought first, so that it doesn't look like I'm gaslighting anybody. I want to hear your talk first. Kuzma Meku says, Udo Dirigi Bros, I greet you too, my brother Dalunu. I cannot speak Igbo like that, oh. Now that sister I married, but I don't know how to speak Igbo. Says, Keduka. I must spoil this language now. Thank God to my wife not there to twist my mouth for spoiling their language. Keduka Melu, your family. My family is fine. My family is good. Everybody's fine. And crew members, they are all fine. Stay blessed. I mean, I know today fine, but I will be fine. I would be fine. I would be fine. I give you guys my word on that. I would be fine. And I will go to Morocco. Yeah. My doctor says I should not go, but I go. No, don't worry. I go Morocco. I will stubbornly go to Morocco. I will defy the doctor's order, and I'm going to Morocco. Okay. You say, bro, and I keep saying it as it. God is your strength, and I will always push you beyond your limits. Amen. I mean, I'm seeing that already in this. I mean, when we went to be very honest, when we went to AFCON in July and came back, and I sat there, I was thinking, man, this channel that once upon a time were just begging for fuel money to buy fuel and do shows, hoping, like just make sure that somebody help us pay for internet, and we just do a live show. We just spent 25 million to go Morocco, very far, not be like nearby here. The year before we spent 15 million to go to Ghana for all African games. So I was pretty much very excited. I wouldn't lie, like, man, wow, this is progress. So even though, I mean, you can do all that and you wake up the next day, I mean, Professor Rotorigo will tell you, I will still call him and say, I need 50K, I need 100K, I need 200K. But the joy that we've gone from, we want to buy fuel, we want to buy data, to now we want to go to this tournament. I mean, when I was working in radio, I'm not sure we were even able to carry 2 staff to any major tournament. So for me, it's a sign of, the seed I plant is growing, is becoming a tree, there's progress. So I'm grateful to God for how he's taking us. And that also gives me confidence that we can go from the here that we are right now to the there that we are hoping to go to. I mean, there was a time where having 5 subscribers in a month was a big thing. Now we've gotten to the place where we do practically between 40 to 50 subscribers every week. It's still small. I hope we can get more, but that's progress. But let's go back to the question that the subject that somebody raised. In terms of football development, what is the NFF supposed to do that they haven't done? Because sometimes we situate this conversation wrongly, thereby making it impossible for us to even hold the people we're supposed to hold accountable, responsible for what they are supposed to do. And then it's like, for instance, now, my children, I don't pay their school fees, and then you start blaming them like, oh, they're not brilliant, they're not serious with the academics, but the fault is supposed to be mine. And it's like, these children are not serious. These children are not paying their school fees. And the school now said they shouldn't come to school. So there is nothing in that conversation. That's why I was asking that those teachers that used to flog us for not paying school fees back in the day, were they really right? Not that our parents they go flog. I mean, we're ready to learn once they pay now. Our parents no pay school fees. They flog me. What I do, But that's a conversation for another day. So this talk of NFF, killing our football development. Let me read it again. Where did I see that story? I mean, they don't delete them. Okay, Harry says, I'm just worried about the NFF and the way they handle the development of football in the country. Yes. So I'm asking that, is this conversation really on the NFF or on someone else, somewhere else, but we are just shifting it to the NFF vis-a-vis other countries of the world? Because again, nobody lives in isolation. We see what the rest of the world is doing. And I don't want to give any example now, because what it will do is it will trigger people to start responding from my own angle. Again, let's check our knowledge of the game and give our own opinion and our examples based on the realities of global best practices, so that we don't just say, this pikin no book, but you not send them go school. You not put them in an environment where that academic knowledge can be tested, and then you conclude say the pikin no book. How possible is that? Those are some of the things that I want us to look at in having this type of conversation. I'm just saying. So if you're dropping comments at the bottom, that's it. If I end up not reading your comment, I always go back again. I watch live again, and then I read all those comments. Everything goes says, I met Nigerians said our World Cup qualifiers group was easy. I was responding to you saying our AFCON group is easy. Our AFCON group is actually easy. We have Tunisia, we have Nigeria, and two other teams. Now, like I said, if you remember, easy. Even our World Cup group was easy. We just have a dead team. I have been saying this for like 10 years plus. If you follow me well from radio to YouTube, I've been saying it like this team. One word I have consistently used, or one phrase or one sentence I've consistently used for this Super Eagles is that they are the worst set of Eagles that I have seen in all of my life. Next month, I'll be 48 years old. In 48 years of my existence, add that to history that I've read, this is the worst team we've ever put together. It's classless, useless, senseless. People don't like it when I say this, but I owe nobody an apology. And the evidence on ground already proved me right. I don't care what anybody says, these are the facts. But moving on, why I say the group is easy is that kind of group that if you grit your teeth, even without a coach, if you grit your teeth, you stamp your foot on the ground and you hold your own and say, you know what, this is football, let's play. We're supposed to ride over the group with such ease. But if you know Nigeria, even with the best of our teams, we don't ride over group with ease. The last time that happened, like some of the people that are watching me now were not born. So I'm not big on, there's nothing the Super Eagles will participate in that I will go and put my chest in the barrel of a gun and say, oh, they will qualify, it's going to be easy. Nah. It does not mean that the group is not. I mean, in Tunisia, if you go to Tunisia right now, my Tunisian friend that is here, I'm sure they are sitting where they are saying they will make it out of the group, guaranteed. Yeah, that's what makes the group easy. When you can stand up and say, guarantee we'll make it out of this group, that group is easy. When you say, whoa, this is a group of death. Take, for instance, when we're qualifying for the 2018 World Cup, we had the hardest group, a group of death, And I remember predicting that we'll qualify with a game or two to spare. We had 4 African champions in the same group: Nigeria, Nigeria, Algeria, Cameroon, and Zambia. But it was easy because of the players we had, the Ojo Igalos of this world, the Mikel Obi, that generation of players. But you see these ones, even if they put them with Remo Stars and Ikorodu City and 3SC and in a group, they're not going to qualify. So I need the bank on them. Thank you. Everything goes for making that clarity. Cosman Meku says, yes, you did not only say it, bro. You capitally announced it and maintained giving your good reasons, which really showed out at the end. Thank you very much. Arochego, the professor himself, and my brother, say Super Eagles don't mess up people where their company wants subsidized ticket to go watch the World Cup. Nonsense. Oh, sorry about that one. Sorry about that one. Look on our company subsidizes my trip to Morocco now. Money they hit me for chest hard though. Cosma Meku say, yeah, you be perfectly well. Thank you very much. Alfred Voigt. Betty Vokes. Alfred Vogt says, yes, they are useless. I agree. Hey, my guy, Abib Ayodeji say, I greet boss. I greet you too. So let me come back to that conversation of Harry. And if you look at every club, every country in the world, their club, the club in their league have academies that ends up producing young, talented players for their youth teams. And it is those young, talented players that they produce for their youth teams that structure their football development. So, and then infrastructure or facility, whatever nomenclature we want to give it, is created or built by the government, not the federations. Take, for instance, what Morocco have built, the 7 stadiums that they are going to use to host this AFCON. None of them is built by their FA. It's built by their government. That facility, Mohammed VI in Rabat, that has changed their football and become a catalyst of change, is built by their government. The king and the government came together and built that. If you go to any other country in the world, look at English football. English football is on the rise from youth level now. Look carefully. It started with the Arsenal Academy. When England won the World Cup in '66, it is said that product of the West Ham Academy went on to go and win the World Cup for England. And when Spain also won the World Cup and the Euros and all that went with it, it is the product of players that came through the Barcelona La Masia facility and the Madrid team and a few other teams like Valencia and the rest of them that helped them win it. I do not see any infrastructure or youth development system that the Spanish government the Spanish FA put in place. I'm just trying to highlight most of these countries. France, when France were not happy with their football, they built a facility. What's the name of that facility now? Clairefontaine. They built Clairefontaine, and Clairefontaine produced the set of players that went on to win them France 98, some of the young players, and the Euro 2000, people like Nicolas Anelka, David Trezeguet, Thierry Henry, Bizzetti Lazaredo is not a product of that, but some of those players, plus the other players that they have. Remember, majority of them are players that played in their league or passed through their league and have not gone to play in Italy or other part of the world. And you can say of Belgium, you can say of the Netherlands, it is the club's academy that's producing amazing young talent that is helping their football to grow. None of this is because their FA did XYZ to make them become world champions or European champions or competitors at the global space. Now the question is, do we have a league where the clubs in the league are producing young talent, are developing young talent at will to make the growth of football possible? The answer is no. Do we have a government that have invested in the last 20 years in building infrastructure, stadium infrastructure, to help grow sports or football in the country? The answer again is no. So in reality, when we say the NFF is killing Nigerian football, what exactly were they supposed to do? I'm not holding brief for them, but like I told a friend who's told me, you see, people are calling NFF as a man. I'm not calling them. I said, no, I'm not going to pick a fight with people because you're picking a fight with them. I'm going to pick a fight with people because I understand the game. It would be a shame on me that because people are picking a fight with the NFF, I also just join the bandwagon. I don't do head mentality. I don't ever move with the crowd. It's never worked anywhere in the world. It's never been a good thing. I'm not going to be part of it. I would rather stand on my own. Even when I came into media, I tell people I will not analyze football the way other people are analyzing football. I will analyze football based on the knowledge and clarity that I have, what I know about football. If everybody might not like me for it, that's why that time they called me Mr. Controversial. The reason was that is the only one that is always want to jump into controversial issues. Everybody's going right, is going left. When people start going left, you start going right. Yes, but it has worked for me. So I do think that while we must blame the NFF for lack of accountability, zero communication, they are the worst. I spoke to Gusso this morning, and I also told him that. So come on, you guys are when it comes to communication, you guys are the worst. I'm sure you guys don't even talk to yourself. Those of you that are married and are members of the NFF don't even communicate with your wives, because I do not understand how everybody in the world knows that communication is the foundation of any good relationship. You guys don't communicate, and you want people to understand you. So that's my position on it. Why I said I am not going to blame the NFF, to say football development. Football development is not a one-man project. It's a holistic, all hands on deck type project. And it means that there must be synergy in it. See what Beyond Limit, what Remo Stars, Collection MS Remo Stars have done in their own process of developing their football, their club and the rest. So imagine if there are 20 other clubs that have a Remo Stars, a Beyond Limit, a U19, a U17. For those of you who don't know, U is under 19, under 17, under 16. They have to under 12, right? Imagine if 20 clubs are like that. We will not be talking about NFF and the football development. We'll be talking about the academy players that we've seen in all of these places, how they can harmonize them together. I was telling my lawyer friend a couple of weeks ago when he said, we've missed out on 2 under 17 World Cup now. And I said to him, bros, between me and you, we'll go miss on the next 10. And then the football event for the Olympic, we'll go miss on the next 10 too. At this rate that we're going, because we are off the map. The streets are also not producing footballers like they used to produce. That's the fact. It's not, I'm not minding words saying it. The streets are not all producing. The players that we go to Europe to go and bring, that, this one is born in England, to be very honest, 95% of them, if not all of them, cannot play for that preferred country that they grew up in or they were born in. I make bold to say it. Nobody would have played Trusekong in the Netherlands defense. Olaina will not bench anybody playing for the English national team. Ademola Lookman, no matter how you want to deceive yourself, will not bench anybody, will not bench Saka, will not bench, what's that guy that won Champions League with Man City? That Ogbori guy that they signed from, was it West Ham or where they signed him from? But he will not bench him. Not just because he knows, not be say because he knows how to play ball, but so many factors will come to play that will make that impossible. And Maduka Okoye would not have benched anybody in the German national team. You can name it. Where all these our players, all these our born in the abroad players come from. When you look at all of them, it's not that they were so good, they would have been starters in those national teams, and somehow Nigeria came to plug them, and then the Nigerian system made them not to play well. No. These are players that are rejects. When you say Beresheze that knows I can play in the English national team, sure, you see how it was easy for England to cap him and continuously give him playing time. That's my point with that statement. Many people don't like it when I say this thing, but it is just the truth. Now, if we love football as we claim, we would advocate for government investment in infrastructure, policies that would encourage investors in the sectors, right? People who invest in the sectors to be able to get returns. So for instance, if a company, like let's just say Dangote, now decide to say, I want to invest, I want to sponsor a Kano Pillars, for instance. I want to sponsor Kano Pillars. Dangote should be given a bit of tax rebate because his sponsorship of Kano Pillars will make football grow. Better salaries will be paid, infrastructures can be improved upon, and proper coaches will be hired, and more, right? So it's the same. That's my opinion. Oh, that's my opinion. All of those things, all of those laws, all of those structures are not in place right now. So it will be hard. And you know the way it's looking, we do not have plans because of other things that government is doing. You know, we spend many years being wasteful economically, financially, irresponsible, and we're still like that now. That even though now, I mean, for once we have a government that is trying to invest in infrastructure, through that investment, siphon whatever they can siphon. But at least there's somebody who's investing in infrastructure. And then Dangote have opened the eyes of people to make them realize that, oh, okay, you can do major business investments in Nigeria and, you know, take over Africa. See, Dangote has become a catalyst because Dangote built a refinery, Boa Group is doing their own. I hear another group is trying to do their own. I mean, that's how you industrialize a country. Every industrialized country was not done by government, was done by government creating the enabling environment and then the citizens seizing it. That's how you create multiple pool of billionaires. I hope that it happens. But without hope, there is a trajectory that before that can happen, before we can have another type of Dangote, another type of those kind of huge infrastructural investment, it will take us another 10 years. So just assume that in another 10 years, we will not have extra money to put into, how do I put it now? To put into sports infrastructural development. So we need to pray for a lot more of coalition armies to come so that they will use their financial muscles to build stadium, fund teams, people like Shola, the Sporting Lagos guy. And it's not going to happen overnight. So you can see that I'm not a prophet of doom, but the road is not clear. The coast is not clear for us. It's going to be difficult. Very, very difficult. All of us that are 30 years and above, we went to schools that they play football in our schools. Today, we are sending children to schools with higher school fees, but they don't have a football field. So, in terms of sporting infrastructure, first, on that basic and small level, we not come class. It also means that the development and the production line is dead because we don't have it. So let me give you a good example. I went to Pacific High School. It is Pacific High School that produced people like Dukudi, Wisonoruma, Florence Omagbemi, Messi, and Patience Avre, and a host of others, right? For our respective national teams. And a few other names now that I'm not able to mention, right? Now, you have all of those type of schools no longer producing talent, meaning we'll have a problem. When I was growing up, there was school sports, headmaster's cup, principal cup, there was youth fun, right? All of those competitions are dead. Now we have scouting tournaments. We have scouting tournaments, but they are not like those proper youth fun, youth competition that we used to have. That's another dead product. So if you look at the collapse, it's like let me explain it the way doctors explain my health situation to me, that my cholesterol was like way 1,000,000% over the top, right? Meaning that the line that supplies blood to my veins and my arteries and my brain and everywhere and oxygen has been shook, congested so much so that it's not waking my heart, right? That's exactly what's happening to Nigerian football. So when we sit here and I'm not holding brief for NFF, but the country went into a space of not growing anything. It's like, I mean, you have a farm, you used to grow pepper, tomato, onion, veggies to ease your food supply. And then all of a sudden, I don't know where you decide, you know what, I don't even need them again, safe. I don't need to grow all these things. You know that the time will come that we're getting to suffer. You start lacking some basic things, basic necessities, like your veggies, those things that you just get for free. Like, go farm, go cut pepper, come. I've done farming all my life. You no longer have them, so you now need to buy. But buying means you now have to depend solely on market, depend solely on what they give you. So you no longer have this, oh, I want fresh pepper like this. No. It's the one that they put for market, now you go buy. That's where our football is right now. It is hard to accept this position, but it is the truth. Morocco was there some time ago. Many years ago, Morocco had the Mustafa Hajis of this world, the ELEGBETE of this world, and then they dropped the ball. That's the wonderful thing about life. Life waits for no man. They dropped the ball. Guess what? As they dropped the ball, the world also moved on. Now they came back and invest billions of dirhams. Billions. Invested a lot of money. A whole lot of money. And look at where their football is. Out of their own dark ages, they have now emerged like a phoenix, out of the ashes of defeat. They've now emerged. It's looking like it's a miracle, no, but they started investing. This thing that Morocco is benefiting since the last World Cup up until now, that took them to the semi-finals of the World Cup, that made them host the AFCON twice. They're going to host the third one next year, March, that have culminated in them hosting the African Footballer of the Year, culminated in them also hosting this next AFCON. I've been coming for the past 10-15 years in terms of building, but now this is when they're getting their result. So let's also hypothetically assume that Nigeria starts building now. Our return on investment, because we have to build infrastructure, we have to train coaches, we have to develop players. Again, even in Morocco's years of being in the dark, right, they still have the league that is better than most other top African countries. So we don't have a league that can match up. If they are trying to rank the 54 countries in Africa, the league, and they break them into 3 classes, Class A, Class B, and Class C. I'll bet anything in this world that our league will be in Class C. Our league will be in the C class, even if not the D class, right? That's what you have to look at. So if we're advocating, if we really we're passionate about football, we love football, we want football to grow in Nigeria, those are the conversations we need to have. Those are the real conversations. And then the question again is, who leads this conversation? I asked a friend the other day, I say, does it not bother you that our ex-players are never talking about the problem in the sports? They are only just interested in getting invited to come and play friendly matches. If I talk now, I know they respect them. Playing friendly matches, collect that $5,000 or $3,000 that they get paid by politicians, and they are gone. These guys who experience this thing and through this process they become successful, but then it is a generation that's supposed to come. I'm not asking them. I don't think there's any ex-Nigerian footballer that can actually be a good administrator in Nigerian football. I do not believe that, right? But I do believe that they can play the role of excellent advocates. They can follow the line of advocacy to the point where their own advocacy will be taken. You think if Okocha talk about Nigerian football and I talk about Nigerian football, people take me more serious than Okocha? No, no. People will take Okocha more serious. Who would you want to listen to championing the cause of developing Nigerian football? It's Okocha you will listen to ahead of me. No matter how much analysis I know how to make, you listen to Okocha, you listen to Finidi, you listen to Kanowako, you listen to Olise and the rest of them ahead of me. But having said that, to run Nigerian football, whether as a minister or as NFL president or any sports, because of the size, the volume and sheer size of money required to run that business, because we must see it as a business. We do not need ex-footballers, because historically, our ex-footballers, no one, apart from Mike Emenalo, have proven that they can run a business successfully. Run a business successfully. It's been 8 years I started doing this media thing. I'm making my failures, I'm losing, I'm trying to win. I will make my many mistakes, and one day I will emerge as an expert in it. That's just a fact. Because if you look, no matter how much you critique what I do, you will see progress. One day, I was running around covering grassroots. Just grassroots. Lagos State FA Cup here, Anambra FA Cup there, one youth tournament in Shagamu, another youth tournament in Port Harcourt. Today, I don't even cover grassroots. I don't big pass up. That's progress. We went from just shooting youth competition to producing Nigerian League. Today, I'm still open to producing Nigerian League. Today, I've not gone to, go to cover tournament. Before, we used to have a situation whereby just one journalist would get accreditation and go to tournament. I took 5 to Ghana. They say it was a fluke. I took another 5 to Morocco in July. Fluke. Now I'm about taking 10. You can see that I'm learning in the job, but I'm also progressing, right? We also need that kind of progress, but it should be faster, because my model is not powered by money in the bank or by fund. So if we plan something and the money doesn't come, the plan dies. The vision become blind. But this is a nation, so there should be, like for us, the FA president of Morocco was given a blank check, and then the president, the government, the king, and everybody was willing to do that kind of investment. We should also have that kind of carte blanche situation with our, I don't like to use the word just football, with our sports, so that we no longer depend on children raised by other people to come and rescue us. Children whose heart is somewhere else, we now call them to come and give total loyalty and commitment to us. It's going to be almost impossible. And that's exactly where we find ourselves with our football. I've been yapping off since. I've not read a lot of your messages. So let me go to your messages and see with this my semi-blind eye. Alfred Ross say yes, they are okay. I think I've passed that before. Kuzma Meku say, for this failed qualifying to World Cup, if Nigeria had qualified, nobody will come pointing fingers on them. Like you said, bros, the blame should be 95% on the players. They are not committed to the field. Okay. I can't say his name properly. Okay, Richard says, Chief, make you take one better title when you turn 50. Something like Oserigo won. I'm gonna be 50 in 2 years time. Yeah. Father of money of Ujemi Kingdom. They don't take kingship from our family. My uncle Delikwe died. The Oviofudu died. They don't put another king. Not at our house again. I had my uncle that died. be able to ever take a chieftaincy title. I don't think I will be able to take a chieftaincy. I don't think I'll be able to handle chieftaincy title. Now, me being able to handle it is not the same thing as me not liking it. I love it. I'm traditional to the core. I love my Robo people, and I love all of the diverse tribes of Nigeria. But then you know that chieftaincy title come with a lot of restrictions and limitations. You can't do this, you can't do that. I don't think that I can wear bead in my hand always. I don't think that so I like beads. It's not like I don't like it. I mean, my auntie have a big like 4 big shop of beads in Main Market. We have the biggest bead shop in Warri. Let me put it that way, right? My family have the biggest bead shop in Warri, so it's not like I hate beads. As a matter of fact, but chieftaincy title, I already have my father's title, like the ELEGBETE of Odo Kingdom became the ELEGBETE of Sports. I don't think I don't, bros. I don't think I will take. You when you talk, so you don't take title, man of God. Okay, my boss is here. Pass. You know, so I'm not sure if I can really run on that title thing, but I like the idea of Oserigo. It's open. I like the idea of Oserigo, Sha. The idea, you really reason that one well. Chief, you try. Oh, Jesus, I can't see again. So somebody said Super Eagles are like Man United in the same vehicle. Carry boats. He say Super Eagles are like Man United. Now the same vehicle carry boats. It's a shame. It's a shame. Oh. You know, we have a generation that everybody like, these guys are most talented. I remember having one strong argument with Kenneth Omeru like a couple of years ago. I said, this team, like we're talking, I was like, man, this team get talent. I said, Ken, this team not get talent. This team get arrogant bastards who think that they are bigger than everybody. He said, no, bros, they get talent. This team, I said, so I asked him, this team and your 2013 team that won the AFCON, which one is more talented? Which one is better? He said, this team. I said, Kenneth, you are being modeled for nothing. This team is useless. We argue, Ramo. Recently, he called me and said, bro, that's what you talk, not true.
Thank you.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, let me read out my messages and go. This one make us say, their overconfidence is too much. They overbrag outside the field and can't do anything. They think football is all about catwalk, always 45 minutes energy. Once it's 50 minutes, they don't score, it's finished. Man, this guy analyzing well, but that's true. If you guys thought about it, that's true about our team. So let me read the last set of message. Because I'm going to say we'll be in class E. The guy is mean. The guy is wicked. Oh God. Well, you're right, Shao. If I don't know. He said, please reduce your banga soup intake. It triggers cholesterol level. Thank you. Don't cook banga soup for me again. They say James Sabin on phone. Hello. All right, so that's all I can take on the live today. Let me go call these people to move all these cars in front of me so that we start going out of this place. But thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your comments. Please do also subscribe. Guaranteed we're going to AFCON. We're going to try our best of the best to give you updates from Camp Nigeria, Camp South Africa, and general activities all across South Africa, all across Morocco.